ladies, happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend, and we are doing an exercise lab today. And the reason why I'm down here is we're going to be working on the glutes. I know for a lot of women these days, squats and lunges are becoming a little bit harder to do. So I've got these two amazing exercises that you should be doing in replacement for those squats and lunges, especially if you want to work on your tushy. All right, so both of them, actually, one's on your back and one's on your stomach. So these are two very good isolating exercises. And I'm going to show you the first one. And it's basically a glute bridge. And I'm going to give you different variations for you to try because they're all very, very good. So starting on your back into this position where your feet are on the floor. And you can have your legs hip width apart, a little wider, a little wider, a little wider, and so on. Okay, but we're going to do that shortly. So let's start with your feet hip width apart. And your heel should be somewhere between, like, just under your knee. And everybody's going to be different depending on everybody's leg lengths, right? So when people ask, where should my legs be? You just kind of have to feel it out. You don't want to be too far out, but you don't want to be jammed in here like this either, okay? So you want to be somewhere where it's comfortable. And for me, it's somewhere around under your heels, give or take forward or backwards a little bit. In terms of your arms, I always recommend having your arms at your side with your palms facing up or having your arms up in the air. And the reason being that I do it this way is when your palms are facing down, there tends to be a lot of gripping and a lot of pressure in your arms and in your chest and shoulders when you're pushing off. So you want to maintain relaxed position up in your upper body. So having your arms at your side with your palms facing up reduces that chance of gripping the mat or the floor. So you want to maintain neutral spine as well as number 2. So there's always like a little space underneath here. And again, everybody can be slightly different, but you can at least shove a couple of fingers underneath your back. So this is what I call neutral spine. And you want to maintain neutral spine through the entire exercise. So you want to move your spine as one piece. You're going to inhale here. And then exhale, you're going to push through the heels and through your shoulder blades and then come into that bridge. And when you're in this bridge, to really maximize this exercise is you want to tuck your bum under a little more and push your knees away from you. And you can see I'm in this neutral spine. And for a lot of people, they tend to be both here. And the reason being is they've got tight hip flexors. Yes. And I think I might have shown you some of those exercises in a different video, how to stretch them out. But you want to push your knees away and tuck your bum under. And you can see that my ribs are not popping up here at the front of my body. Okay, so you only want to get that glute squeeze. So inhale, lower, exhale, lift, tuck your belly in. Inhale, lower, exhale, tuck your tail, tuck your belly, reach those knees away from you. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so that's the exercise. And to make it harder, you can add some weights by placing dumbbells or plates or whatever onto your hip bones and not onto your stomach, because that's no fun. Okay, so if you had weights, they would look like this. Inhale, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Focusing on tucking that tail, tucking your belly button in. And the reason why we tuck our belly button in is to maintain support through your low back so you're not arching. Okay, you don't want to be arching. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. All right, so my feet are pointing forward. I'm going to make it a little bit wider with my toes pointing out. I'm still inside my mat. Same thing here. I'll do this one with my arms up in the air. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. So just a different angle to, to engage those glutes. So my feet are a little bit wider. Now I'm going to go a little bit even wider. I'm going to have my toes pointing forward, the outside edges of my feet on the inside edge of the mat. Same thing, make sure your knees are in line with your hips, okay? You don't want to be here where they're collapsed in, okay? Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower, all right? And I'm going to give you a different variation as well. If you, you can swing your hips from side to side. Okay, I shouldn't say swing. Move your hips from side to side. Okay, so I'm going to bring my feet back to narrow position, or you can take them you can experiment. So the key to exercise here, ladies, is everybody's different and everybody's got different stuff going on, right? So if you can't do one exercise, you just got to figure out what works for you. That's really the key to making an exercise work for you, or don't do it at all. Like, for example, squats and lunges. For a lot of ladies, squats and lunges are getting harder to do. So this is a great alternative, right? So There's a million exercises you can do that you can do. You don't have to get caught up in doing one or getting upset at yourself for not being able to do a specific exercise. So you're here, lifting your hips up. I'm going to shift my weight over to the right, and you can see it's just a weight transfer. And now my right glute is engaging more than my left side because my weight is shifted over. Then I'm going to drop my hip and lift to the left side, squeeze and hold. Inhale, lower over to the right side, squeeze and hold. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift, squeeze and hold. So you're kind of doing a little bit of a dance here on the mat. And this exercise here is basically getting you to work a little harder on one side versus the other side until you switch and go to the other side, right? So you can feel it. And that's a good alternative if you're not able to do single-legged leg lifts here, single-legged bridges, okay? Because that's a little bit harder. So this one here where you swing from left to the right to left is a little bit easier to do. Then, of course, I kind of gave it away already, is the single-legged glute bridges. So you can cross your leg or you can come up first, okay? You might need to have your arms down here for a little bit of support. The key to these single-legged exercises is you want to ensure that your tips or your hips are not tipping from side to side as you lift one leg up. So a good way to start off is just having it come into a glute bridge so you can feel the weight into your heels, feel the weight into your shoulders, arms at your side with your palms facing up. And you can do, I'm just going to put less weight on one foot. You're not going to be able to see it, but I put less weight on one foot, more weight on the other leg. So now I'm put more weight on my left foot. Inhale, release. Exhale, push down with my right foot. And you can feel the glute activation from side to side. Okay? From there, you can float one leg up into tabletop and make sure your hip bones are level. The tendency is to let this hip drop. And you can see that my left hip is lower than my right hip. They should be even. How do you get them even? Engage your abs. Okay? Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And then transitioning over to the other side. Float the other leg up. Make sure your hip bones are level. And it's okay to feel them out. So you can get some feedback. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Okay? And then you can play around with it. Single-legged, right? Alternating. Or you just do a bunch of them on one side and then do a bunch of them on the other side. Hey, who's there? Thanks for saying hi. Hello. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so that's just exercise number one. And I gave you tons of variations there to play with. And that's the idea. And we're learning something new. It's important to go a little slower. When you do them perfectly, then you can add weight, then you can add speed. So let me show you the second exercise. I really like this one. It's a, well, people call it different things, but you're going to come down onto your mat and you're going to stack your hands, your palms, and you're going to rest your forehead down facing the floor. I'm going to face this way so you guys can hear me. I'm going to flex my feet and see my toes are pointing out. My knees are pointing out. So my legs look like a diamond shape. And the reason why I want to show you this exercise is a lot of people feel this in your low back when in fact you should be feeling it in your glutes and in your abs. And the mistake is when you lift, you push those heels in towards each other. You're going to inhale here. Exhale, lift your knees up off the floor, your thighs, and you want to tuck your belly button in and then lower. Exhale, push and lift. So this is, you're going to feel it in your abs more. So you don't want to back bend. That's not what you want to do. Your head is actually resting on the mat, pushing your heels towards each other. Inhale here. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, lower. Okay, so that's the other glute exercise. Ensure that you engage your abs when you do them, and it should be well on your way. All right, so have yourselves a great Monday. And don't forget, we've got the Love Your Body week coming up in a couple of weeks, but this is the last week to sign up. And it includes a 5-day Fuel Your Body cleanse, where we're going to be doing a cleanse where you nourish and revitalize your body through whole foods. It's not a starvation. It's in fact the opposite. And when you eat this way, you'll be able to notice that you actually get to eat more food. So I should call it stuff your face cleanse. No, but it's not. So it comes with the Feel Your Body Cleanse, and the 6th day we're doing a Love Your Body Forever workshop to relearn or to learn how to love your body again, because so many women hate their bodies. 91%. That's huge, and because the reason being is that loving your body has nothing to do with weight, size, shape, or age. Believe it or not, we all know women that have body image issues regardless of their weight, whether they're thin, they're 10 pounds or whatever. We know them all. Think about it. So being happy in your body has nothing to do with those factors. So it's a 2.5-hour workshop. So be sure to sign up. This is the last week for it. And I hope to see you there. Until then, see you soon. Bye for now. Bye, guys.